Hi there, it's June 18th and time for Proverbs 18. Let's jump over there and well. Now this is the last chapter of the contrasting the good and the bad, the right and the wrong. So, he who separates himself seeks his own desire. He quarrels against all sound wisdom. And this isn't saying, it's not good to be alone or anything. It's just hermits, okay, agoraphobic. Yeah, that's being alone all the time. What's it say over here? I have a Christian Standard Bible sitting over here. If I can find the right chapter. One who isolates himself pursues selfish desires and rebels against all sound wisdom. Right. It probably says rebels. Breaks out. So, yeah, it's not good to actually get out and get some friends once in a while. Okay. A fool does not delight in understanding, but only in revealing his own mind. You know people like that, don't we? Revealing his own mind. They want to let you know what they think, don't they? Heart. When a wicked man comes, contempt also comes, and with dishonor comes scorn. Right? Lots of that around, huh? The words of a man's mouth are deep waters. The fountain of wisdom is a bubbling brook. Huh. Well, that's kind of important. Oh, I like that one. The words of a man's mouth are deep waters. Yeah. Get drowned in that nonsense, right? The fountain of wisdom is a bubbling brook. Right? A bubbling brook. I like that. This says a flowing river. Something that's always coming out new, right? Right. Deep waters are stagnant. Nothing new going in there. Makes sense? To show partiality to the wicked is not good, nor to thrust aside the righteous in judgment. And that's going on now. You don't have to look too far to find that. A fool's lips bring strife, and his mouth calls for blows. Bring strife. Come with. Right? If you shoot off your mouth, somebody is going to punch you in the mouth. A fool's mouth is his ruin, and his lips are the snare of his soul. A fool's mouth is his ruin. Better to just keep quiet, right? The words of a whisperer are like dainty morsels. They go down to the innermost parts of the body. No. I climb on this soapbox every time I see it. This whisperer, that's a gossip, okay? The words of a gossip. And it says in the Christian Standard Bible, a gossip's words are choice food that goes down to one's innermost being. Gossip is addictive. You love hearing other people's business and problems when it is none of your business. And you hear something and then you repeat it to somebody else and they repeat it to somebody else. And before you've known it, you've torn a whole body apart. A whole congregation can be ripped apart by gossip. Okay? Because one person trusted another person with a secret. That's something they had to get off their chest, and now everybody knows because that person is a whisperer and a gossip. God hates this. Okay? 9. He who is slack in his work is brother to him who destroys. Okay? Plain and simple. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run to it and is safe. Sounds like a song, huh? A rich man's wealth is his strong city. and like a high wall in his own imagination. Right? And the rich people, they think their money will save them from everything, but everybody else is after it. So, not necessarily, huh? They're only safe in their own imagination. Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, but humility goes before honor. Right? I'm going to highlight that one. What was the last one? Blue. Okay. A man's all proud of himself before he gets destroyed. Humility goes before honor. Humbleness. Humbleness is one of the most important outward attributes you can have, is to be humble and let other people build you up. Right? He who gives an answer before he hears, it is folly and shame to him. Something else that's important. Right? How many people, cut you off? You hear them talking and then they cut somebody off. Like, you're answering back at him and cutting him off. But even on TV, these people that are supposed to be trained not to do that, they do it anyway. They cut somebody off before he hears. You need to listen to somebody's complete statement and then formulate an answer in your head and then speak. Okay? In James it says, quick to listen, slow to speak. And it means, if you can put into your mind like texting, okay? You can't cut somebody off in the middle of a text because you don't know what they're saying. Okay? You have to wait until they text you, you get the complete text, and then you read the complete text, and then you formulate an answer, and then you type a response. That's the way speaking should be, okay? You should not be formulating in your head, oh, I'm going to say this, I'm going to say this. You're not listening, okay? You're giving an answer before you hear. You need to listen to somebody completely. Don't formulate an answer. Don't think of what you're going to say. Don't think of a retort. Listen to the whole thing and then formulate your answer after you've heard the whole thing. Okay? Or it is foolishness and shame on you. Yeah. The spirit of a man can endure his sickness, but as for a broken spirit, who can bear it? Right. That's where suicide comes from, the broken spirit. Okay? It's hard to fix that. 15, the mind of the prudent acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. Got that? Mind of the prudent. Heart. A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. Right? You want to get into somebody's presence, bring them a gift. Usually works. The first to plead his case seems right until another comes and examines him. Cross-examines is what most of the Bible say. Okay? In court, they always let the person accusing somebody gets to go first, but then the defense always gets to go last and cross-examine them and usually puts them wrong. Right? You only seem right until the defense steps up. 18. The cast lot puts an end to strife and decides between the mighty ones. Right? They used to cast lots today. They flip a coin. Okay? And they call that providence. I mean, that's the way God wanted it because that's where the coin landed. Well, they did the same thing with casting lots back then. A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, and contentions are like the bars of a citadel. Right? You offend your brother, getting him back is very, very hard. Harder to be won than a strong city or the bars of a citadel. Right? 20. With the fruit of a man's mouth, his stomach will be satisfied. He will be satisfied with the product of his lips. The fruit of a man's mouth is speech. he will be satisfied. What's that say over here? From the fruit of a person's mouth, his stomach is satisfied. He is filled with the product of his lips. Right. Whatever you say, that's going to come back to you. 21, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Okay? That's important. Words cannot, once you say something, you can't unsay it. That person heard it, and it will be said. It's like once you ring a bell, the sound goes out. You can't unring the bell because the sound is already carrying out. Be very careful what you say, because words can kill. Okay? He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. Get that, guys? Important. 23, the poor man utters supplications, but the rich can answer roughly. The poor person pleads, but the rich one answers roughly, right? Yeah. Rich people are like looking down the nose at you, right? God doesn't like that, by the way. 24. A man of too many friends comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. Right? You ever seen these guys? They got like 100 people or 50 or 20 people following him around all the time. They're not real friends. They just want what he's got. Okay? Loyal. You want one loyal person. So you got it. That's Proverbs 18 for Tuesday. Didn't highlight a whole lot in here. The words of a man's mouth are deep waters. The fountain of wisdom is a bubbling brook. I highlighted that, right? Deep, stagnant, nothing new ever being added. But the fountain of wisdom is like a spring, a bubbling brook, something that's always new is coming out, something new to learn. That's good stuff. And we highlighted 6. A fool's lips bring strife, and his mouth calls for blows. Okay. You know, foolish people that keep shooting off their mouth until somebody punches them. Happens. The words of a gossip are like dainty morsels that go down into the innermost parts of the body. And we talked about this at length. How gossip is addictive, like drugs. They founded an entire industry on gossip. Okay? They had gossip columnists and, you know, reality TV, that's gossip. Okay? Stuff that's none of your business. You just want to see somebody else's drama because it makes your drama seem less. That's gossip. God hates it. God hates it. Okay, you highlighted 12. Before destruction, the heart of a man is haughty. Haughty. Before his downfall, his heart is proud. Right? But humility goes before honor. Humble. If you want to be honored, you be humble and let somebody else build you up. Right? So, simple. Be humble. And we talked about this at like 13. He who gives an answer before he hears, it is foolishness and shame to him. Don't interrupt people. Wait till they finish talking. Listen to what they're saying, and then, after they're finished, then formulate your answer. Okay? If you want it to go right. Why? Because death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Got it? It's that simple. So, there you go. That's Proverbs 18. What are we doing in our Through the Bible in a Year today? We're starting Ecclesiastes 1 through 6. And this is a book of complaining, right? Why did they do this? So, there you have it. Be good. Stay humble. Remember, listen before you speak. Let them finish, all right? Because words hurt, okay? Give us a like if you think about it. Stay tuned later today for our Through the Bible in a Year. We are on day 170 today. So almost halfway there. So until then, remember, be humble. See you later.